Welcome back to the channel. The royal saga continues to unfold, and today we're diving into some jaw-dropping revelations you need to hear. In a dramatic new twist, Meghan Markle finds herself at the center of a royal crackdown, and King Charles has taken a bold step that's sending shockwaves through the palace. What triggered this sudden surge in royal tensions? Stay tuned as we unpack the latest bombshells and examine the impact this could have on Meghan the Crown and what lies ahead for the royal legacy. Trust us, you won't want to miss a second. Before we jump into today's video, I've got a quick question for you. How do you feel about King Charles's latest move involving Meghan Markle? Was it a justified decision, or did he take things too far? If you're on board with his choice, type 1 in the comments. If you think it crossed the line, drop a 0. Let us know where you stand, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop and support the channel. King Charles has recently taken a hardline stance on Meghan Markle, a move so unexpected that even members of the royal family were reportedly caught off guard. This bold action, revealed by a royal insider, has sparked widespread discussion and controversy. Meghan's past controversies, including her outspoken remarks on racism and accusations of leveraging her royal ties for personal gain, have cast a long shadow over the monarchy. Now, after a prolonged period of silence, it appears King Charles has reached his breaking point and is no longer willing to remain. These scandals have not only sparked controversy within the British community, but have also cast a shadow over the reputation of the royal family, an institution that has stood for centuries. The question now is King Charles's decision a necessary step to protect the honor of the monarchy, or is he using this moment to assert his own power amidst the increasingly tense internal situation? The answer remains unclear, but this move has undoubtedly intensified the drama surrounding the royal family. Since joining the British royal family, Meghan Markle has become one of the most controversial figures in the monarchy's modern history. Her statements and actions have stirred turmoil within the royal family. Rather than remaining silent and adhering to traditional royal principles, Meghan has repeatedly shared personal stories that have damaged the monarchy's reputation. One of the most shocking scandals was the accusation of racism in her infamous interview with Oprah Winfrey, where Meghan revealed that members of the royal family had expressed concerns about the skin color of her son, Archie. This revelation sent shockwaves through the public and intensified the scrutiny on the royal family. In addition to the racism controversy, Meghan has become embroiled in another public debate involving her family with Harry. Recent rumors surrounding Meghan's pregnancy have ignited further speculation. Some have begun questioning the timing of her pregnancy and how she has managed to keep such personal information private. While these suspicions remain unconfirmed, they have raised concerns about Meghan's transparency when it comes to her family life, adding to the growing scrutiny surrounding her and her actions within the royal family. Another significant aspect of Meghan's journey is the accusation that she has exploited the royal family's name to build her personal brand. Since marrying Prince Harry, Meghan has risen to global stardom using the royal family's spotlight to propel her own career. High-profile deals with major companies like Netflix and Spotify have led many to believe that Meghan has no reservations about leveraging the royal family's fame for her personal gain. This has sparked criticism from those who feel she has crossed a line by using her royal ties for commercial success, raising questions about her true motivations. Although Meghan has defended her choices, public criticism of how she has handled these issues continues to intensify. The question remains, does she fully understand that her actions not only reflect her pursuit of personal fame, but also have a profound impact on the royal family's image? While she may be focused on her own path, the consequences of her decisions ripple far beyond her personal ambitions, affecting the legacy and reputation of the monarchy as a whole. Another issue surrounding Meghan and Harry is the growing suspicion about their finances. After stepping down from royal duties and relocating to the United States, questions have emerged about how they are funding their new lifestyle. Meghan has stated that she and Harry do not receive any funding from the royal family, but many remain skeptical about their transparency, especially given their involvement in high-profile events and lucrative deals with major companies. Their financial situation has become a point of contention, with critics questioning the authenticity of their claims and whether they are fully disclosing their sources of income. The financial situation of Meghan and Harry has raised a major question within the public. Are they truly transparent about their income sources, or are these high-profile events merely a means to sustain a lavish lifestyle despite the royal principles they once represented? These ongoing scandals have ignited strong criticism, both from the public and within the royal family, prompting many to question how Meghan and Harry are handling their finances and personal choices. As they continue to build their new life, the scrutiny over their financial dealings only intensifies, leading many to wonder if their actions align with the values they once vowed to uphold. Meghan's statements and actions have not only caused turmoil in her personal life, but have also significantly affected the image of the royal family. The question remains, does Meghan truly understand the consequences of her words and actions, or is she becoming entangled in an uncontrollable controversy? These scandals pose a major challenge not only for Meghan but also for King Charles, who finds himself caught in a difficult struggle between family loyalty and his duty to protect the royal family's reputation. As tensions rise, both Meghan and Charles face a defining moment that could shape the monarchy's future. As the head of the British royal family, King Charles cannot allow the ongoing scandals surrounding Meghan Markle to persist without taking decisive action. His responsibility goes beyond maintaining harmony within the family. He must also safeguard the reputation of an institution that has stood for centuries. With Meghan's controversies increasingly tarnishing the royal family's image, the question looms, can King Charles remain silent? Or will he be forced to act to protect the family's honor, especially after Meghan and Harry stepped down from royal duties and publicly criticized the monarchy? The pressure on King Charles to take a stand is mounting, and the future of the royal family may depend on his response. While many in the royal family have remained silent, King Charles did not hesitate to impose punitive measures on Meghan. Some insiders within the royal family revealed that King Charles took steps to adjust the privileges Meghan and Harry once enjoyed, particularly tightening their financial dealings with major companies. This decision escalated tensions between the two sides. The question now arises, is King Charles being too harsh in his response to Meghan? Some argue that given the scandals Meghan has caused, these tough measures are necessary to protect the monarchy's reputation. However, others believe he could have chosen a more diplomatic approach rather than resorting to such severe punishment, raising questions about the balance between maintaining authority and family unity. An important question now is whether King Charles can achieve long-term results from these firm actions, or if they will only deepen the rift between the royal family and Meghan, making any future reconciliation impossible. While his strong stance may help shield the royal family from further public criticism, it also risks causing lasting damage to the relationships within the family. The tension created by these actions could undermine the unity of the monarchy, leaving scars that may not heal easily, even as the royal family seeks to navigate the complex dynamics of loyalty, duty, and public image. It is noteworthy that King Charles remained silent for a long time before deciding to take action, leading many to believe he was carefully weighing the consequences of his decision. The question arises, how can a family like the royal family preserve its dignity without causing lasting harm to its members? These challenges become even more apparent when considering the unique context of the royal family, where every action, no matter how small, can trigger significant shifts in both the power structure and family relationships. Balancing the preservation of the monarchy's reputation with the complexities of personal dynamics is a delicate task that King Charles now faces, with the potential for far-reaching consequences. In recent years, the private lives of royal family members have never been easy, as they are constantly under intense public scrutiny. As the head of the family, King Charles undoubtedly faces pressure from many fronts. However, his firm response to Meghan Markle, particularly in addressing the scandals she has caused, is a clear signal of how he intends to consolidate power and safeguard the monarchy from public threats. The unavoidable question remains: will these harsh measures truly help the royal family restore its reputation and dignity? Or will they only deepen the divide and cause lasting harm to the relationships within the family? The consequences of these actions are still unfolding, leaving the future of the monarchy hanging in the balance. After King Charles made his stern decision regarding Meghan, what stood out was her strong and public response. Rather than showing any signs of regret, Meghan continued to exhibit defiance and unapologetic behavior in the face of the royal family's decision. While those around her believe she should reflect on her actions and approach to family matters, she chose to openly confront them. Meghan didn't hesitate to criticize and assert that King Charles's actions violated her personal freedom. She refused to take responsibility for the situation, instead blaming the royal family for her and Harry's decision to step down from royal duties. This response has left many within the royal community feeling deeply disappointed and questioning Meghan's approach to the ongoing crisis. The question arises, how can someone continue to criticize a family that has provided them with an extraordinary life? Meghan continues to publicly criticize the royal family without fully acknowledging how fortunate she is to have become part of such a prestigious institution. Since joining the royal family, Meghan's character has sparked significant controversy. She was once admired for her intelligence and independence, but her recent actions seem to reflect a disregard for the core values of the royal family, such as privacy, respect for family, and upholding principles in all circumstances. Her approach has raised concerns about her understanding of the responsibilities that come with being part of the royal family and the lasting impact of her actions on her relationship with them. When someone continuously refuses to take responsibility, do they still deserve respect? This question not only targets Meghan, but also reflects a broader issue in modern society. Celebrities often find it easy to stand up, criticize, and oppose, but are they truly willing to face the consequences of their actions? With Meghan's constant statements and refusal to listen, she only complicates the situation further. While she claims to be fighting for freedom and justice, her actions and words present a less than flattering picture of respect and honesty. Her refusal to take accountability not only tarnishes her personal image, but also makes it harder for her to earn the respect she seems to seek. Many people believe that Meghan is using public attention to further build her personal brand, rather than addressing family issues in a peaceful and responsible manner. Her response to the ongoing tensions has also shocked the public. Many are left wondering why she cannot admit her mistakes, especially given that her actions have caused significant damage to the royal family's image. Does Meghan truly understand that what she is doing is wrong and flawed? If she genuinely seeks reconciliation, why has she shown no signs of attempting to apologize or correct her wrongdoings? This lack of accountability only deepens the divide and raises questions about her true intentions moving forward. On the contrary, Meghan's response has only made her more distant and unable to integrate with the values of the family she was once a part of. An undeniable fact is that Meghan is gradually becoming a controversial figure in the eyes of the public. Her decisions have not only strained her relationship with the royal family, but have also damaged her own image. The criticisms in the interview and the public revelations about the royal family's internal matters not only reflect a lack of respect, but also a careless disregard for the consequences her actions may cause. This ongoing behavior has left many questioning her intentions and the true cost of her actions on her personal and public life. Is Meghan's behavior a deliberate challenge or simply the result of a lack of consideration? Is she losing the opportunity to start fresh and make amends? Her actions seem to be increasingly distancing her from the possibility of acceptance and integration with the values that the royal family upholds. Rather than taking steps toward reconciliation, her continued behavior appears to drive a deeper wedge between herself and the institution, raising questions about whether she is truly aware of the long-term impact her actions could have on her relationship with the royal family and her public image. Meghan Markle seems to be treading a tense path with the royal family, unaware of the long-term consequences of her bold actions and words. Her failure to thoughtfully consider the repercussions has created a rift that may be nearly impossible to heal within the family. Meghan's arrogance and lack of self-awareness not only disappoint family members but also make the British public feel that they can no longer support her. While she continues to defend her stance, she risks losing not just the affection of the royal family, but also the admiration of the public. This ongoing defiance could ultimately isolate her, leaving her to navigate a more challenging future, both within the family and in the eyes of the world. Before we continue, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think Meghan Markle should reconsider her approach and think more carefully about the consequences of her actions and words? Or do you feel she should continue standing her ground? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Since joining the royal family, Meghan Markle has been a constant source of controversy. Her lack of respect for the principles and regulations of the monarchy has become increasingly evident through her contradictory actions and statements. Beyond the public scandals, Meghan has faced criticism for acts of deception and disrespect toward both the royal family and the public. These actions not only undermine the family's integrity, but also directly challenge the core values that the royal family has upheld for centuries. Her behavior has led many to question her commitment to the monarchy and her understanding of the responsibility that comes with being a part of it. One of the most notable aspects of Meghan's behavior is her lack of transparency and the contradictions in her statements. In interviews and public speeches, Meghan frequently makes claims and accusations without providing clear evidence to support them. She often contradicts herself, leading both the public and royal family members to question the honesty and consistency of her words. The question arises, does Meghan truly understand that what she is saying is flawed and misleading? Her tendency to make sweeping statements without backing them up has only added to the skepticism surrounding her, leaving many to wonder if she is aware of the impact her words have on her reputation and the royal family's image. When someone speaks without verifiable evidence, they not only harm those around them but also erode the trust of those who once supported them. One of the most significant issues with Meghan's behavior is her ongoing criticism of the values and principles that the royal family has upheld for centuries. While she claims that she has no intention of harming the royal family, her actions suggest otherwise. Her statements about racism, disregard for tradition, and criticism of royal life have led many to question, is Meghan's behavior a deliberate challenge to the monarchy, or is it simply a lack of understanding of the royal family's core values? This ongoing tension leaves the public wondering whether her actions stem from a calculated defiance or a fundamental misunderstanding of the responsibilities and expectations that come with being part of such a historic institution. Meghan continues to escalate the issue, not only by criticizing family members, but also by publicly sharing private details of her life. Her disclosure of intimate conversations with the royal family, matters that should remain private, demonstrates a lack of respect for the family's established rules and an insensitivity to others' privacy. When someone continually refuses to take responsibility for their actions, do they still deserve the respect of others? This ongoing disregard for boundaries and privacy has sparked widespread concern, leading many to question whether Meghan's actions are damaging her relationships, both within the royal family and with the public. If Meghan truly cared about maintaining a peaceful relationship with the royal family, she could have chosen a more thoughtful approach, instead of continuing to criticize and expose sensitive issues. One of the major criticisms of Meghan is her failure to recognize the consequences of her words and actions. She uses interviews to promote her own image, but seems unaware that her words are causing harm to the very family members she claims to care about. This lack of consideration for the impact of her actions has only deepened the divide between her and the royal family, making it harder for any reconciliation or understanding to take place. Every word Meghan says is closely scrutinized, yet instead of using her platform to address issues constructively, she has turned them into tools to maintain attention and fuel further division within the royal family. The question arises, does Meghan truly understand that her actions not only affect herself, but also tarnish the image of the family she was once a part of? Her lack of respect is evident not only in her inability to control her words, but also in her refusal to accept responsibility, acknowledge the truth, and correct her mistakes. This ongoing behavior has deepened the rift, leaving many to wonder if reconciliation is even possible. She seems to believe that everything can be resolved by covering up the truth or placing blame on others rather than confronting her mistakes and learning from them. This approach not only harms her personally but also seriously impacts the image and values of the royal family. By refusing to take accountability and address the core issues, she continues to undermine the very institution she was once a part of, further straining relationships and eroding the respect that should come with her position. Meghan has not only broken the royal family's rules, but has also tarnished her own image in the eyes of the British public and the world. When examining her actions from an objective standpoint, one can't help but wonder, does Meghan truly understand the impact of what she has done? Or is she simply sinking deeper into arrogance and a lack of self-awareness? If Meghan genuinely seeks reconciliation and wishes to repair her relationship with the royal family, can she reflect on her actions, acknowledge the harm caused and make amends? Or will she continue down this controversial path, further complicating the situation over time? The future of her relationship with the royal family may depend on her willingness to face these questions and take responsibility for her past actions. When King Charles decided to take strong measures against Meghan Markle, there were mixed opinions on whether these actions were truly necessary. His decision not only affected family relationships, but also created significant division within the public. The question that arises is whether the steps King Charles took were essential to protect the reputation and dignity of the royal family, or if they were simply a way for him to assert his power in a family already filled with conflict. This move has sparked debate, with some viewing it as a necessary step to preserve the monarchy's integrity, while others see it as an overreach that may further escalate tensions within the family. As the head of the royal family, King Charles could not remain silent in the face of the scandals and strong reactions from Meghan. When Meghan and Harry stepped down from royal duties, it created a deep rift within the family, and their continuous criticisms only worsened the situation. Meghan's accusations, ranging from claims of racism to a lack of transparency within the royal family, have pushed the monarchy into a defensive position, forcing it to protect both the family and the institution itself. King Charles, recognizing the severity of these challenges, was compelled to take action to defend the royal family's reputation and uphold its long-standing values. One of King Charles's significant decisions was to reduce Meghan and Harry's privileges, particularly in their participation in royal events. He also called for adjustments to Meghan's interviews and public actions, signaling that her behavior was no longer acceptable within the royal family framework. While this action is seen as necessary to protect the monarchy's reputation, the question remains whether such a harsh response is the only way to maintain the dignity of the monarchy, or if more conciliatory solutions could have been explored. The move has sparked debate, with some viewing it as an essential step to preserve the institution, while others wonder if a more diplomatic approach could have avoided further division within the family. It is undeniable that cutting off Meghan's privileges and relationships could cause deep harm not only to Meghan herself, but also to the entire royal family. While Meghan's actions have undoubtedly damaged the royal family's image, the question remains whether such strict measures are truly necessary. Could King Charles have handled the situation differently, perhaps through more diplomatic approaches, without resorting to harsh actions? Is there a possibility that the situation could have been resolved through a direct and honest conversation between family members, rather than escalating into an irreparable conflict? These questions reflect the complexity of balancing personal relationships with public duty and whether a more measured response could have preserved both family unity and the monarchy's integrity. The answer to this question is far from simple. In a family like the British royal family, where rules and traditions have been in place for centuries, protecting dignity and honor is paramount. However, did King Charles overreact in his response to Meghan? Some argue that instead of adopting a strong confrontational approach, King Charles could have explored opportunities for reconciliation, possibly easing the tension with more diplomatic efforts. But perhaps given the current context, such attempts at peace would have only heightened the conflict further, fracturing the already delicate family dynamic. The complexity of balancing family loyalty with royal duty makes it difficult to determine the best course of action, leaving King Charles to navigate a challenging and uncertain path. What's worth contemplating is that as royals, the family faces deeply complex internal issues. The choice between protecting the family's image and maintaining relationships between its members becomes increasingly blurred. King Charles's firm measures, while necessary to protect the royal family's reputation in the short term, could also have long-lasting negative effects. Cutting ties with Meghan may create a permanent void within the family, and perhaps in the future, when things have settled down, King Charles might regret not finding another less divisive way to resolve the conflict. The delicate balance between family unity and the public's perception of the monarchy makes this decision all the more complicated, leaving room for reflection on whether a different approach could have preserved both family harmony and the royal legacy. Not only for King Charles, but for everyone involved in the royal family's life. Protecting the family's reputation is crucial. However, the question arises, is it possible to achieve this without causing serious consequences for those within the family? When a family faces so many storms, finding harmony becomes more challenging than ever. But the bigger question remains, is harshness and decisiveness the only way to protect the royal family, or is there still a path to reconciliation that King Charles could choose to help the family maintain unity in this challenging time? As tensions rise, the balance between authority, tradition, and family relationships continues to be a delicate one, and it remains to be seen if a softer, more reconciliatory approach could have resolved the conflict without further harm. Looking at the future of Meghan Markle and the British royal family, one cannot help but wonder, will Meghan ever be able to return to the royal family after all the conflicts and scandals she has caused? After stepping away from royal duties, Meghan and Harry shocked the public, creating a deep rift within the family. With all the criticism surrounding the scandals, coupled with the lack of tolerance from both the public and the family, the question arises, can Meghan reconcile and seek a place in the royal family again? While time and distance may offer a chance for healing, the road to reconciliation seems uncertain, with both Meghan's actions and the family's principles posing significant obstacles. Predicting Meghan's future is not an easy task. After everything that has happened, the question remains, can she repair her relationship with the royal family, or has she permanently distanced herself from them? Meghan has consistently criticized the family, and her public sharing of sensitive details about royal life may have cost her the opportunity to return. Her statements on issues such as racism and finances have not only harmed her personal image, but have also severely impacted her relationship with the royal family. These actions have turned Meghan into a highly controversial figure, making reconciliation with the family difficult, at least in the short term. The path forward appears uncertain, and it remains to be seen whether time or a change in approach could help mend the rift. Meghan has created a significant distance not only with King Charles, but also with the Queen, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, and many other family members. This makes the question of whether Meghan can ever return to the royal family incredibly complex. Does Meghan truly realize that her actions could result in her never being accepted back into the royal fold? A peaceful dialogue, one that includes honesty and acknowledgement of her mistakes, might be the only chance to rebuild this fractured relationship. However, one undeniable factor is the long-lasting impact these events have had on both Meghan and the royal family. The rift may never fully heal, and the scars left by these controversies could shape the future of their interactions for years to come. Meghan's past actions have left a deep wound in the royal family, one that may be difficult to heal, not just for the royal family, but also for Meghan's image in the eyes of the public. Her continuous criticism has eroded the public's trust in her, and the royal family can no longer remain silent in the face of it. It can be said that Meghan is now carving her own path, focusing on media deals and public engagements. She seems to be building her own career, seeking influence through the organizations and humanitarian campaigns she is involved in. While she moves forward with her own ambitions, the question remains whether she will ever be able to mend the relationship she has strained with the royal family, or if she has permanently set herself on a different path. However, will these events continue to impact Meghan's reputation in the future? When someone chooses a public life like Meghan's, they inevitably face public scrutiny. If her actions continue to be controversial, the question arises, can she maintain her career and image without deepening the rifts in the public's perception? While Meghan has managed to carve out a space for herself through media deals and humanitarian work, the ongoing controversies could continue to overshadow her efforts. Her ability to sustain her career will depend on whether she can navigate these challenges and avoid further divisiveness, finding a way to rebuild trust and present herself in a more positive light. Meghan and the royal family are both bound by the long-term effects of this crisis. Whether Meghan continues on her current path or seeks reconciliation, the royal family will never return to the way it was before everything unfolded. The long-term effects of Meghan's actions on her life and the royal family are undeniable. The division within the royal family will not be easily healed, and it may continue to erode the monarchy's image in the eyes of the public for years to come. However, if Meghan finds a way to amend her actions, take responsibility, and acknowledge her mistakes, there may still be a chance for reconciliation. It will require genuine effort, humility, and time, but whether this happens will ultimately depend on her willingness to address the rift and rebuild the trust that has been lost. While it will not be easy for Harry to maintain closeness with the royal family, this situation has become more complicated than ever before. He has always expressed love and loyalty to his family, but Meghan's actions may force him into a difficult position where he has to choose between his wife and his family. Can Harry continue to maintain a peaceful relationship with the royal family while his wife continues to publicly criticize them, or will he decide that regardless of the consequences, Meghan will always be the one to stand by him first? These questions remain unanswered, and the future of Harry's relationship with both his wife and the royal family hangs in the balance with no clear resolution in sight. The future of Meghan and the British royal family remains a topic of intense public interest. This crisis has not only altered the relationship between Meghan and the family, but has also deeply impacted the royal family's image in the eyes of the world. The question persists: will there ever be a day, once everything settles, when we will witness reconciliation, or will this always be an irreparable rift? The ongoing tension, the controversies, and the actions taken by both Meghan and the royal family have left the possibility of reconciliation uncertain. Whether time, reflection, and genuine efforts to heal will eventually bridge the divide is yet to be seen, but for now, the future remains clouded with doubt. Thank you for watching today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated on the latest videos. Share your thoughts on the actions of Meghan Markle and King Charles in the comments below. What do you think about their future in the royal family? Leave your answer and let's discuss it together. See you in the next video.